Today is Wednesday, September 9th. Is that right?
No.
No? I just checked. 6th. Is it? Okay. Today's the 6th. 2023. We are now on Hancock Loop Trail. We're going up to do the Hancocks today. We're going to do them a little differently. So up south, which we normally descend south, and then over to north, backtrack a little bit, start bushwhacking out towards northwest Hancock, and then descend the Cedar Brook slide. This is, I think there's one more water crossing, maybe? Maybe not. This might be the last one. Water crossings have all been rock hoppable. The trail is not particularly muddy, which is awesome. The last time we did it, it was super wet and muddy. So, let's see how it goes. Cedar Brook slide is like a sandy, rocky slide the way Lincoln Brook is. So I'm not overly concerned with descending the slide, although I hear it's very active. But the bushwhack on the bottom, I think, is going to be quite thick. And also, we've gone out to northwest Hancock before. Some parts of that were thick also. So we'll see how it goes. It won't be too, I don't think it'll be too long and thick at the top, but the bottom part of it could be a mess. And then we're going to come out Cedar Brook Trail. So that'll be a section of Cedar Brook that we've never been on. We're up on the Viewpoint from South Hancock, looking at Kerrigan and Tremont. It's pretty hazy today. Chicorowa is straight ahead, right in the distance there. Yeah, I looked at the wildfire forecast, smoke forecast, and it was, I mean, we were in it. It wasn't the dark stuff, but it was still something. So I suspect that's what this lower stuff is. I don't know. It's also really, really humid. So it could just be the humidity, right? Making it look hazy. Man.
It's intense. It
is, I think this is like the hottest, muggiest that we've hiked all year, I feel like. Maybe I just have selective. We missed the first half of July in the whites also, but man, it's brutal. Okay, next stop is going to be North Hancock, and then we're going to backtrack a little and start our bushwhack. We're up on the summit outlook for Hancock, also known as North Hancock. Still pretty hazy. Quite hazy. Okay, so we're gonna backtrack, I don't know, 50 yards, 20 yards, start bushwhacking over towards northwest Hancock. See how it goes. We are at the top of the Cedar Brook slide. Actually, I think we hit the actual trigger point up in the woods. There's John right there. It's only like 10 feet wide where I am, maybe. This is really, it just popped out of the trees right there. And it's probably about 40 feet up is the start of it. And I don't know if you can see down behind John, I can see the slide all down in there. So it looks like the steep part is the top. All right, we're gonna go down a little bit, stop and have lunch. It was about 0.6 to get here.
Okay. I'm about to step out into the open area of the Cedar Brook slide. Up here, the trees are tight and there's a lot of rock on the ground that's like that, so it's not at all stable. Somehow I managed to get a tree right between my legs. Okay. So this is where we're going to break out into the main part of the slide. It was very tight back here with a lot of rocks and trees. Water's coming down.
I'm coming.
But this part is where it opens up. You can see down below what type of rock we have. Hey, when you come through there, can you grab my pole?
If I see it, where is it?
It's right. Keep coming.
Near the end?
You'll
Oh,
see
I
it.
see it, yeah,
You'll
I
see
see
it. That's the danger of putting 2 poles in one hand. Didn't even know I was missing it for a couple steps. Okay, so that's it. That's the slide. It looks like it's going to be some pretty tricky footing. Let's take a look at how Laura's doing. That went right between my legs going through it. I couldn't get past it. So the side of the slide looks like this. Interesting. It's like torn out.
So this slide fell in November of 1927.
Okay.
And then Hurricane Irene did a number on it, and so did the tropical storm Sandy. So there's going to be places where there's like big gullies going down maybe either side.
You can probably see
The old track is like in the middle.
an end point of the slide right out there where I'm
think
pointing.
that's the
That's part of it.
Yeah.
It may not be the end, but that's definitely part of the slide. So
Yes.
we've got a nice long bit of careful walking to do. Yeah, this is like super tricky. I think I need poles.
Yes.
So that's it. Looking good. Cedar Brook slide.
We are partway down the slide, sitting on a huge boulder. There are 2 gullies, so there's that one right there, and then this would be the track of the original slide, which has more of the black rock on it, and then there's a gully there. And we're actually going to go down, the right hand, this gully right here, because the stuff on the original everything is very active on the slide, but those black rocks are pretty rolly, I guess. I'd rather kind of be in the sand. And it's not very steep once we're down past here, so it's just active. Right here is Scar Ridge, right there. Mount Hitchcock. Let's see. Wow, it's very, very faint. Way out here is Moose Lock. And this is Whaleback right there. Flume and Liberty right in the center. And then Little Haystack, Lincoln and Lafayette. And the Lincoln slide, let me zoom in a little bit. And Owl's Head. Oops. Owl's Head right there in the middle. And then the Lincoln slide, I'll go even further in. Right next to the tree. And then over here, Northwest Hancock, which is on the trail rights. So we are zoom back out. We're going to continue down the slide. It looks like it ends right there. I don't know if it does though, but it definitely gets flat there, so I think that's kind of the end of the run out. And then up behind me, closer out, or even 0.5. There you have it, looking up. It's steeper at the top, but nothing crazy, I didn't think. There's the whole view right there. Beautiful. So that's the slide up there. We're still on the slide track, although There's this giant rock right here, and now right here is water, and it's just pouring out. Literally right there. And I'm not sure what happens right up there if we go back out into more slide, or if we're just now in the stream bed for a little bit. But there's water right here. I don't know if it's always flowing or is kind of seasonal. We've had a lot of rain this year, but there it is. We just came out of the bushwhack at the end of the slide. This is the water that starts on the bottom of the slide, and we followed it out as far as we kind of safely and easily could. We got to a section that had a bunch of blowdowns in it, so we went up into the woods, and then we kind of came around back to the water, walked along it, and then decided to cut up not very far, like 50 or 75 feet away from the water, because it was a little flatter and open. And we just popped out from the bushwhack. Seriously, it's like, where were we? Right here. No, right here. Yeah, right here. So like 20 feet away. John is down at the water right there. Very, very, very close. And this is Cedar Brook Trail now, heading back towards Hancock Loop Junction. So yeah, that was fun. The bushwhacking was not thick particularly anywhere. I wore short sleeves and capris. I did put on sunglasses just to protect my eyes, which I think was a wise thing. I had long sleeves, didn't wear them. I had gloves, didn't wear those. Yeah, it was not crazy thick anywhere. Didn't see anybody else heading out to Northwest Hancock or on the slide. Don't expect to see anyone else on this little section of Cedar Brook Trail. We are back at Hancock Overlook, looking at the Osceolas right here. It was 10.64 miles, according to my Coros, and 7 hours and 32 minutes total time. Yeah, that was excellent.